it's clear. I'm going to get my green hook.
Copy. You can head back to the airlock.
Right. All right. Set. I said see ya. Okay. All right. See ya. Yeah.
Victor Glover now heading back to the airlock, the first task being completed. And we've got a few more Ask NASA questions coming in. This one mentioning some major upgrades happening on the space station, but how will that happen without the space shuttle? The shuttle indeed was a very important part of building and upgrading the space station, and now we're fortunate to work with commercial providers and Roscosmos, who are able to use their vehicles to help deliver upgrades to the space station. Over the last several years, we've upgraded the batteries on the International Space Station, which were delivered by the JAXA, Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, HTV vehicle. We have other cargo delivered by Northrop Grumman and, of course, by SpaceX, who will be delivering the new solar arrays on their Cargo Dragon later this year.
At some point, we'd appreciate an inventory of crew lock bag. You don't need to open it up. We'll just take whatever you can see through the that plexiglass.
Okay. All right, so here's what I can see. I've got a camera. I've got a rail drive lever attached to, looks like an integral rut. Got the quick release tools attached to the integral rut. And I've got a trash bag attached to the integral rut.
Excellent, that should be it. That should just be an adjustable large, small on the outside, I think.
And that's affirmative. I do have a large, small on the outside. I am ready to it with my BRT rep. Time.
Excellent, that's a good config for the crew lock bag. You can grab that and then head out to the APFRs.
Sure. And I've got my green hook. It's for the back packet in a good config. Yellow hook is locked. Back on black. Both reels are unlocked.
Copy. You have a go to head back to the airlock. And once you get back there, the first thing you'll be doing is stowing that bag up on the zenith portion of the airlock.
Okay, I'm heading out. Okay. I'm gonna keep going past UTFR and
Yeah, Hopper, your
27.
Hopper, your first task will be to relocate the ingress aid from APFR in WIF 31 to the APFR in WIF 27. So the first step will be to remove the wire tie. And take a second to see how it's installed, because you'll be installing a wire tie once you've installed the ingress aid on the other APFR.
This view from a high-definition camera on Mike Hopkins' spacesuit. And clearly in the picture you can see the APFR, that's the Articulating Portable Foot Restraint. That allows the astronauts to secure their footing and gives them some leverage while working outside on a spacewalk. He is moving the ingress aid from one APFR to another for future spacewalk preparations. Meanwhile, NASA astronaut Victor Glover is on his way back to the airlock. He will stow one of the jumper cables that was recently vented. He'll also pick up a new WETA, that's a wireless video system external transceiver assembly. He'll remove and replace one that recently failed.
Okay, it's released.
Copy. You can ret to the ingress aid and then transfer it over to the other APFR.
Alpha, I'm going under DMT. Yeah. Well, usually the return trip seems faster, but not this time.
We have another Ask NASA question, this one from Scott, asking if ground control can see the status of the astronauts' suits, or if that's up to the astronauts to monitor. Mission control team here on the ground has constant observation of the suits and are constantly monitoring the consumables, including the oxygen. That helps determine the length of the spacewalk.
Here's black, black on black, good pull, good twist test.
Excellent. And you can install a wire tie. Ideally, we'd like a new wire tie.
I knew you were going to say that.
And I did ask EVA for confirmation.
That's all right. Hopper and Indy, I'm going down to see disperse. Roger.
Copy.
Indy, I'm just putting this bag back in its normal place, right?
That's right. The back handrails should be facing port. And there's a diagram on page 3 of your cuff checklist if you want to have a look.
Our next Ask NASA question comes from a viewer wanting to know why the spacesuits are white instead of any other color. That's a great question. When the International Space Station is in the sunlight, as you can see now, it can heat up to approximately 250 degrees Fahrenheit outside. So in order to deflect some of that heat, the spacesuits are white. The astronauts also have cooling garments on underneath their spacesuits and can regulate their temperature to help keep them cool.
Wire tie is installed.
Excellent. You can now bundle your Krulak bag to the APFR in WIF 31.
Roger that.
And Ike, that handrail should be pointing port. We'd appreciate it if you could flip the bag 180 degrees.
Yep, okay. Can work. On my BRT, and then go get the other one.
That's affirmed. You can put that Krulak bag APFR combo on the BRT, and then you'll be putting the APFR from WIF 27 into WIF 31.
has a rut. Okay, Andy, the bag is in place for those handrails. The end of the jumper is over the top. The two ends sit over the top of the ventral center bag next to it. Maybe you can see them at WDS.
We're happy, Ike. That looks excellent. Thank you.
You're happy, I'm happy. Well,
Next, you can open the thermal cover and attach your waist tether to the airlock D-ring extender.
work. All right, Andy, thermal cover is coming open.
Copy.
Waist tether is locked to the airlock. Waist tether, I see one.
And you can retrieve the wetter bag from the airlock and temp stow it on the airlock handrail 554.
Work.
And Hopper, you're looking for a clocking of 12.
Okay, clocking at 12. Just set.
And the other setting should still be good. It's Indigo Indigo Fox 12.
Indigo, indigo. Set. And I see Fox 12. Just need to get my rep back. Give you a good pull and twist test though. I do see black on black. Good pull, good twist.
Copy, and then just a pitch knob check, please.
Good.
Today's spacewalk now at the 2-hour and 42-minute mark. This view from the camera on Mike Hopkins' spacesuit. He is working with the articulating portable foot restraint. Meanwhile, NASA astronaut Victor Glover is back at the airlock.
You can translate back to the airlock. Just a reminder to pick up your green hook from 5223 and check the gauntlets before you get to the Sarge.
Come back.
You can see the colors starting to change outside the space station, and that's because the station itself is entering an orbital nighttime. International Space Station is currently flying 260 statute miles over the Arabian Sea, and at 17,500 miles an hour, the station orbits Earth, seeing 16 sunrises and sunsets a day. Currently at the airlock, you can see those red stripes. That's NASA astronaut Victor Glover, today's EV-1, or Extravehicular Crew Member 1, preparing for his next task.
Copy.
Coming up next for Glover, he will be removing and replacing a WETA. That's a wireless video system external transceiver assembly. There are 3 WETAs that receive video from wireless video systems. He will remove the failed one and install a spare, then return to the airlock again to stow the failed hardware.
Okay, green hook is to my red reel.
Copy.
And filter red locked.
NASA astronaut Mike Hopkins is currently out of frame, but has recently completed his tasks relocating an ingress aid for the articulating portable foot restraint. Coming up next, he'll be working at the Columbus module on several tasks. He'll be working to connect cables from the Bartolomeo platform. He'll also work to secure some clamps on the platform as well, and additionally service a ham radio.
That's all in place. Andy, the WETA is out on airlock on camera.
Copy. Now, next you can retrieve crew lock bag number 1. That's the Bartolomeo Columbus crew lock bag, and put it on the airlock handrail or D-ring extender. And Hopper, you're stopping at the anchor hook location to retrieve both your anchor hooks.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on board of the Sarge.
Copy. Copy.
Okay. At the anchor hooks. It takes you an EV-1 anchor hook and putting it in my red reel. Okay?
Yep, that's affirmed. And Ike, you're still connected to the airlock waist tether and D-ring, right?
Good waist tether to the box waist tether. Have a go, Hopper. Roger that. All right.
The astronauts are getting set up for their next tasks on today's spacewalk, now 2 hours and 50 minutes long. And we have a question from Mary's 10-year-old who wants to know how big the space station is. That's a great question. The space station is 357 feet if you measured it end to end. So if you put it on top of an American football field, it would be almost the exact same size, including the end zones.
Okay, ED1, anchor hook is to my red reel. It's unlocked, still closed by the lock, unlock, good full test.
Copy. You can retrieve your own anchor hook and stow it on your mini workstation.
Sure.
We have another question, this one from Joe, wondering how many astronauts are in the International Space Station. Right now, there are 5 astronauts inside and 2 outside, so in total 7 astronauts are living at the International Space Station. 4 of those are NASA astronauts, Mike Hopkins, Victor Glover, the 2 that you see outside today, Shannon Walker and Kate Rubins. We have Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Soichi Noguchi, and 2 Roscosmos cosmonauts, Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kutsverchkov.
Like large or use. It means what you think that it means. Nicely said. Okay, see the cart. Well, that got me thinking about Twinkies, Ike. I was just thinking it'd be a good Twinkie night. Wouldn't that be a good Twinkie? Would be. You got any Twinkies hidden anywhere? The master, he's got Twinkies.
Search the space station, boys.
Nice. Those are real friends. Okay, I come at the starboard, coming around, do a double tap here.
And Ike, we'd love for you to take a break and get your met rates down a little bit.
I am taking a break. To see this bird.
And Ike, while you're resting, we'll take a glove inspection and a hab check.
I got hooks before I do the APS. Lock that. Some smudges, cosmetic stuff, no change to the glove, Randy.
Copy that. And Hopper, you came in a little bit broken before. Next for you, you can put your anchor hook to the aft D-ring, and you can then, after that, put Ike's anchor hook to the forward D-ring on the airlock.
Work.
And if you want to drop the APFR first, that's also fine.
DB2 has an anchor hook on the cross D-ring, bell close, side lock, black on block, good pull.
And Hopper, say again, your comm dropped off.
Alright, EB2's anchor hook is on the aft airlock D-ring, steering to bell close, side lock, black. DB1's on the forward, airlock bell close, side lock, from black, good pull test. That shows him 2 good configs.
Copy and concur. And Ike, you can release yourself from the airlock D-ring.
Alright, Ike. Well, here's our airlock D-ring extender. Whatever you prefer. Let's see. I'm gonna try and present it to you. That's alright. Not working very well right now. There we go. Grab this rip off the D-ring extender. Above the APFR there.
Hand over in 10 seconds.
I copy.
We're in a satellite handover during today's spacewalk. Both astronauts currently at the airlock and preparing for their next task.
A little bit extra.
The first task they completed today was venting 2 jumpers on the early ammonia system. One of those jumpers was relocated to the exterior of the airlock for potential future use.
Now I gotta go with this APFR.
Yeah, you're putting it in the WIF-X in WIF-11.
X in WIF 11.
That's a clocking of 12.
Yeah, you might want me to let me get out of your way first. That's kind of right. That's the one that's over here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let me grab this. You bet. We'll get out of here. Actually, I gotta do something with the rep. A wire tie here. Andy, I just take the WITA and get out of Hopper's way.
Yep, you can grab the WITA and make room for Hopper if you want. Since you've been in the airlock, we'll just take a safer handles down check, please.
Yeah, Meg's got 2 good safer handles down. Thanks, Hopper. Bet.
Excellent. And did I copy earlier that crew lock bag number 3 is stowed in the airlock?
You did.
Copy.
Andy, I'm going to get the cover closed.
Copy.
Okay, thermal cover is closed. Hopper, I'm getting out of your way. Roger, see ya. Happy wedding. Hold on, that's good. What's the matter? Nothing. We're sitting this other APFR. We got a lot of APFRs over here.
Yeah, that other APFR that Hopper was referencing, that's the one you'll be grabbing to bring up with you to do the WETA R&R.
I'm over by the WETA. I'm just going to timstow the WETA bag here, and then I'll go back and get the APFR.
Copy.
Okay, you want to clock in out 12.
Yes, please, 12. And then Tango, Tango, Fox 12.
You're getting 50. All right, clocking at 12, good black on black, good pull, good swift. The WETA is timstowed on the node 1 circular handrail, on node 1 flagging wheel, hand wheel. Let's give you a
Copy.
Okay, Andy, it's line's in the lock position, but it's not quite topped out. I'm going to call that good for now. We can get going on the other stuff. I can finish that up for you since I'm doing APFR stuff. It's Roger. Yeah, I'd like to. I think that's a good plan.
Copy that, Hopper. If you want to,
Yep.
if you want to grab crew lock bag number 1 and then move out of the way, then we'll take a glove inspection and have check from you.
Roger that. Mike, I think it's almost there. Might be able to get this one last little on the fifth knob.
And if it's okay with you guys, I'll give you a quick big picture summary. We are exactly on the timeline. Hopper, your MEDOX is a limiting factor at 6 hours, 22 minutes, but this is in order to give us the opportunity to protect for a ammonia test in the airlock if we decide to do it. We haven't decided to do it yet, but we want to protect for it. And finally, inhibits are in place both for the Papas and Weta work sites.
Through.
It's been 3 hours and 6 minutes since the astronauts switched their suits to internal battery power, beginning today's spacewalk.
You'll be clear once you start moving away. Okay, I am just about ready. No rush.
Both astronauts are at the airlock at the moment, preparing to move to their next work site. For Victor Glover, with the red stripes around the legs of his spacesuit as extravehicular crew member 1, he will be removing and replacing a Weta. That's a wireless video system external transceiver assembly. Mike Hopkins will be heading out to the Columbus module, where he'll complete a variety of tasks with the Bartolomeo Science platform, as well as reconfiguring a ham radio.
May the Schwartz be with you. Let me see. Where's my button? Yeah. Is the pitch setting correct? You're just trying to get the knot off? Yep, that's it. Okay. Okay, yep, it's just really ratchet and sticky to the end. If you get another 10 degrees and it pops in and out. It ain't pretty. But it did pop? Yep. Nice. It's locked. It's locked in place. Okay, I'm out of here, Ike. Yep. Copy, Andy.
Copy all, thanks, Ike.
Any other settings on this thing, or are we good to go?
The settings were good. We are good to go, so you can grab the APFR in WIF 12 and then head up to the airlock WIF 6 where you'll be installing it.
Work.
And Hopper, you can make your way to the Columbus worksite. You know it fairly well, so just let me know if you want any details.
Roger that, I think I'm okay, and dropping my green hook right after I get out near MA3.
That's affirmed.
Okay, I'll see you. See you later. Yep. Gas spanner.
Copy. And that gas spanner should take you to node 2 handrail 0345, where you're dropping your green hook.
Can work. All right, Andy, I am out with.
So you're looking for a clocking of 8 in whiff 6.
I'm gonna give this thing a tug test because I know the guy that installed it. See this one works. All right, with 6, solid. It's in there. Give me that clocking again, Andy.
Clocking of 8.
The solid single black line on the number 8.
Copy. Next settings are kilo, kilo.
Didn't work yet. I'm just confirming. Not yet.
Copy that. a long wire tie, go into the P1 lever, leave the wire tie attached to the handrail, and then you can demate, inspect, and try to remate the P1J1 connection.
That didn't work.
Whoever installed these wire ties did a really good job. It looks very pretty.
Yeah, kind of a pain.
The two plugs you see Hopkins working with right now are plugs 1 and 2 in an intermediate configuration as they were left after US EVA 69 in January.
You want to be mated.
Copy. And we've got excellent HECA views.
Okay, I see no fraud. It pins. Good EMI band. On the P1. Let me come up. Again, no fog. And they are definitely close and tight. No gaps. Okay, got a good soft on. And no joy.
Copy. No joy. So let's go ahead and try with the broom tool to expand those tines.
Do that. And then your PFR.
Copy. You can grab your PGT. Settings are Bravo 1, counterclockwise 2.
I'm going to cal first.
The connections for the first cable Mike Hopkins was trying to mate did not fully complete, so they are working through some troubleshooting options as was planned.
One counter two, set.
And you'll be releasing the outer fasteners in any order. It's 7 to 13 turns each until the bolt pops out.
The outers first, any order, 7 to 13. Worked. Alright, I definitely see the floating around that Ike was talking about. Seen on the FNG.
During the initial spacewalk to work on these connectors, there was reported that the jack socket tines might be more closed in than were initially expected, so Hopkins is using a tool to attempt at expanding those tines.
In what way?
Picture that. it bent it up. I guess when I pulled it out, it's been caught. So maybe I put a little side load in. Reason of practice.
And this was on the practice socket F, correct, Fox?
Affirmative. Affirmative. Andy, both the outer bolts are released.
Copy. So now you can tether to the failed wetter with your mini workstation ret.
Work. Andy, can you guys see that?
Not really.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start with alpha. It's just going to be a straight in, straight out.
Just a second, Hopper. Could you try to give us a better view if you move your helmet closer to the socket?
Yep. Bye. There.
Yeah, there's a cable in the way, unfortunately. It's kind of sticking right from the heck up.
Mike Hopkins working to give the teams here on the ground a better view of those plugs.
What do you got?
Yeah, we've got a good view. It's just hard for us to see the damage. So if you could describe it to us, we'd really appreciate it.
Okay, again, so got the tines and the part that folds over, so the right. Does that make sense to you, the part that folds over at the top?
Yep.
Okay, so one of those has bent up.
Okay, I understand. So as if it almost kind of grabbed a lip on the broom and the broom pulled it out? Is that what you mean?
Right. Or I could have put some side loads into it that caused it to bend that way as well. Which if we went to the pin straightener, I think you'd have to be careful about that. Because it'd be real easy to bend them back.
All right, Hopper, stand by. We're just discussing down here.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Ike, I'm guessing you've read it to the failed wetter, in which case you can release the center fastener 25 to 31 turns. The bolt does not pop out, but the box will be jacked off the back side.
I have the wetter in hand, the failed wetter, no bent pins on the stanchion side or the plug and jack sides look good. Both sides look good. No fog. And I'm getting ready to put the round scoop on it.
Copy all. You go to get the round scoop and put that on the failed wetter.
Teams on the ground here continue to troubleshoot and provide options for the Columbus Bartolomeo platform outside of Columbus.
All right, Hopper, I'm back with you. Let's grab the pin straightener and then have you practice on one of the practice sockets to see if you can expand the tines using the pin straightener.
Okay.
Teams in Houston are also working with teams in Oberpfaffenhofen, Germany, the location of the Columbus Control Center, troubleshooting these tasks with the Bartolomeo platform. Hopkins is now going to move on to try a pin straightener tine expansion. This will provide line of sight to the tines while attempting to expand them.
Practice on G. Not seeing any noticeable difference.
Copy, Hopper. And can you see if the tines move when you apply pressure with the pin straightener?
There's movement. Then it snaps back.
Copy.
And the spare water is out. A good 10, 05.
Copy, Ike. And Hopper, if you're comfortable, Hopper, then you can use a pin straightener tool on the actual sockets Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta.
Okay, copy that. I will. And just as a comment, I commented that they were floating. It looks like the only ones that are really floating in there are E, F, and G. Alpha, Bravo, when I just kind of tap on them, they don't move, so they feel solid.
And Hopper, that is what we would expect since the practice sockets don't have cables attached to the back, so that's why they're able to float.
Okay. Okay, Alpha's complete.
Copy, Hopper. And Ike, we see you read it to WEDA. You can now release the scoop, which I see you've just done.
This view from Victor Glover's helmet camera as he works to remove and replace a WEDA.
Just a reminder that when installing the new WEDA, we need running torque in order to determine the final PTT setting for torquing it down. So just a reminder not to release the PTT trigger until the correct number of turns has reached. If you do release the PTT trigger, please report the running torque and the turns to us before you restart the bolt install.
Copy.
And so to start with, Ike, you'll be using Bravo 1, clockwise 2, and driving the primary bolt 23 turns only, and then reporting the max running torque to us.
A look on the right of your screen as Victor Glover uses the PGT, or the pistol grip tool, to install a new WETA, a wireless video system external transceiver assembly.
Just don't float as much as E, F, and G.
Copy that, Hopper. We'll take some photos of the sockets now, and then after that, you can try to attempt to make P1 to J1.
Copy, and mark. Okay, Andy, 23 turns, max running torque 1.6. Max started at turn 21. Was 0 until turn 21.
Copy. All right, Ike, you can set your PDT to Alpha 1 and leave it in motor, and then drive the primary bolt to torque, an additional minimum turn count of 1.5 turns.
Okay, I want to get this failed one in the bag first. I'll call you back when I'm ready for that.
Okay.
Victor Glover now stowing the failed WETA. He will return that to the airlock.
Andy failed us in the bag. Was that Alpha 1, counter 2?
Good read back.
Sorry, Alpha 1, clockwise 2.
Yep, clockwise 2.
Alpha 1, clockwise 2. The torque and minimum of how many turns?
Minimum 1.5 turns.
Hey, Andy, good soft back.
Copy.
Andy, 5 turns, green lights, 0.4 on the torque.
Copy.
Oh, made it. Over center. Nice! And the crowd goes wild.
Good job. Wow. Excellent. Good news.
Say touchdown, but you played on the wrong side of the ball. Hey, we get interceptions once in a while. 6. Made it. Andy, can I take the red off now?
Stand by. All right, Ike, that's a good install. You can remove your reds.
And I see Bravo 1, clockwise 2, 5 turns, report running torque.
Yep, good word. Same procedure as for the center bolt.
On the left of your screen, you saw Mike Hopkins successfully mate the first plug to the Bartolomeo Science platform. They will now move on to the second and look to expand those tines with the tine expansion tool once again.
Okay, I copy. Working the wire tie. Okay, P2. 10, no pod. VMI band.
And Ike, just a reminder, 5 turns only on the outer bolts, and then report max running torque, please.
Okay, I drove the Zenith bolt, 5 turns, 0 is the running torque. You want me to do the same on the meter while I'm waiting?
Stand by.
It's just one bolt. Bye.
So Ike, we'd like you to continue with the bolt that you were working on, but take the PGT to manual ratcheting mode with a MTL setting of 2.5.
Your ratchet, 2.5. It'll work. I'm in ratchet clockwise. 5 sets. Now what? North.
And Ike, you're turning it until it torques out. And Hopper, a small recommendation for you is to lock out the red.
Thank you.
High definition video coming from Mike Hopkins. As he continues work on the Bartolomeo platform, we saw the first cable successfully mated. He's now using the pen straightener tine expansion tool to work on the second plug. Meanwhile, Victor Glover continues removal and replacement of a WETA, a wireless video system external transceiver assembly.
You can turn it by hand.
And just a reminder that the bolt is spring-loaded, so you might have to push in to get it to engage properly.
That wasn't it. There was not enough friction to... Okay, I got 5 turns on it by hand and then a half a turn and it popped twice. The manual ratchet.
Stand by, we're checking. All right, let's proceed with the nadir bolt. So PGT and Bravo 1, clockwise 2, 5 turns only, and please report max running torque.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2, 5 turns only, running torque. Go.
And EVA has just reported that the Zenith bolt is a good install. Thanks.
You.
We are 3 hours and 46 minutes since the start of today's spacewalk, and this is the team leading the crew from the ground, the Orbit 2 team in Mission Control Houston. The astronauts first completed venting of the early ammonia system, their first major task of the day. They have since moved on to their second major task for Victor Glover, that is removal and replacement of a wireless video system external transceiver assembly, or WETA. For Mike Hopkins, he is working on the Bartolomeo platform at the Columbus module.
And I'm looking at 02, no 5, good 10, Scooty and my band.
All right, let's go for a mate then.
The voice you hear speaking with the astronauts is Andy Mogensen, a European Space Agency astronaut. He's relaying the tasks and guidance from the ground to Mike Hopkins and Victor Glover, today's 2 spacewalkers.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I'm not able to get the NTL out of 2.5.
High-definition view from Mike Hopkins trying to connect that second cable on the Bartolomeo platform.
So if you want to get it out of 2.5, you can move the collar to counterclockwise and then pull that little piece in and turn it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm not getting it to move out of 2.5.
Okay, stand by.
no joy on no joy on P02.
Copy, Hopper. Stand by. And Ike, could you double check that you're in ratchet counterclockwise?
Started in ratchet counterclockwise, ratchet clockwise motor. I not getting you to move from 6.5. You guys able to see my WVS?
Yeah, we're looking.
Okay. I didn't do it once and then call you. I've been sitting here trying the whole time.
Yeah, we understand, and we're just discussing other options.
Mike Hopkins continues to use the pin straightener tine expansion tool.
Clockwise and just ratchet it and let it get right into let it clicked in. Anyway, it's in 30.5. Going to Bravo 1 clockwise to 5 turns and giving you running torque.
Good words, and your go to drive the 5 turns. And Hopper, we see you trying again with the pin straightener tool, and that's fine.
Roger. The 5 turns, 0 on the torque.
Copy, 0 on the
I'm going
torque.
to have the same issue. There's not enough friction to ratchet it, so I can give you turns by hand, or I can turn it with the PGT. Let me know what you want to do.
And Ike, we'll take hand turns until you think you have enough friction.
Okay, and then is it, give me the, back to ratchet clockwise 2.5.
Stand by. That's affirmative, Ike. So back to ratchet, clockwise, MTL 2.5.
You want to do that? Okay, I'm going to do these hand turns first. Andy, so it was 6.5 turns by hand. Clockwise. 5, 6.
And Hopper, if you
It
need...
was about 3/4 of a turn and 2 pops.
Copy that, about 3/4 of a turn. And Hopper, if you need additional leverage, you can use an adjustable, the hook from an adjustable onto that bail.
Okay. Getting pretty good leverage on it. we'll see.
Or put the strap of the adjustable over the lever.
Okay. All right, Andy, my PGT is back to nominal 30.5 set. This time it went back no problem.
Excellent, good news. And that's a good WETA install.
You have a go to power it up. What does that mean?
Thank you, and that's in work. And next we'll take a bag inventory.
The bag has the failed WETA with a round scoop on it, and then there's a round scoop on the outside. There are reds to both of those round scoops back to the bag, then there's an adjustable external and a red external.
Perfect. So you can egress APFR and stow WETA bag on whatever airlock handrail is convenient.
Work.
Confirmation of good installation of the new WETA, the wireless video system external transceiver assembly installed by Victor Glover. He will take the failed WETA back to the airlock. Meanwhile, Mike Hopkins continues work on the Bartolomeo platform connected to the Columbus module.
Going, Hopper? Well, the initial success isn't repeating itself. Five steps. Yep. Already been working though. Got one. All right, Andy, I'll give it one more try.
One more try with what? With the pin straightener?
Yeah, I'm going to give it one more try here and then demate it, see if I can't get it final. Okay, no joy. What would you guys like to do next?
Hopper, we'd like to move on to P4.
4, okay. So I can just leave this disconnected for now? You want it partially?
We're going to leave it like this right for now, but before we leave the work site, we need to return it to its initial config.
And you just confirmed you don't want the WETA in the airlock, you just want it temp stowed while we start on the stiffener.
I mean, it's up to you. It has to go back in the airlock at some point, but we also want the APFR moved back into its original location with 12.
I'm going to put the WETA in the airlock.
It's good for us.
Cap's been removed from J04.
Copy, Hopper. And I just a question from EVA for you. Did you see any flake fall off from the WETAs?
About the white paint, right?
That's affirmed.
Negative.
It's nearly 4 hours since our spacewalkers switched their suits to internal battery power, beginning today's spacewalk. We saw the crew members successfully vent 2 jumpers on the early ammonia system, one of which was relocated to the outside of the airlock. Victor Glover removed and replaced a wireless video system external transceiver assembly and will soon relocate the failed unit to the airlock. Meanwhile, Mike Hopkins has successfully connected 1 jumper on the Bartolomeo platform, and it continues to work at the platform to troubleshoot the connections.
Andy, what do I have a large small red into the airlocks? I'm about to get the APFR. Actually, you want me to install the cable reel back now?
Yeah, cable routing.
Okay, copy that.
Go ahead and retrieve the APFR and restow that in with 12, and then we'll have you working on the airlock stiffener rather than the cable routing.
Okay, copy that. Andy, I've got the caps off of J04 and T04. Never wire tied this one onto T04.
Copy. Your go to
Overboard.
Copy. Your go to use a pin straightener to try to expand the tines.
And on P04, good pins, no fog. To the MI band. And let me get a picture where the sun goes down. Okay, working the pin straightener on J04.
Copy.
As the crew members continue work outside the space station, we are continuing answering your Ask NASA questions. This one, what purpose does the little mirror on the left hand of the astronaut serve? Great question. That mirror provides astronauts a visual of the front of their suits, and that is where astronauts can access the comms volume and the temperature inside their spacesuits. All of that is written in mirror image, so that way when they view it by the mirror on their wrist, they are able to read and adjust as they desire.
You're going to WIF 12 where you got it from, and you're looking for a clocking of 6.
Copy. Where it came from, clock to 6.
We have another question from Mary's 6-year-old who asks how high above the Earth the space station is and where it is over the Earth right now. The space station is currently flying 266 statute miles over the South Atlantic Ocean, coming up on the west coast of Africa.
It's quiet, Ike. I was taking in the view, and the ocean is beautiful. That blue is something, isn't it? It is. Okay, Andy. I'll take a picture and see what we can do with E4J4.
Copy.
NASA astronaut Mike Hopkins continues attempting connection of the cables to the Bartolomeo platform.
All right, Andy. APFR to with 12 clock to 6, good. Full and twist test, black on black.
Copy. And the rest of the settings, Kilo, Kilo, Fox 9.
Work.
And Hopper, one technique you might want to try to use is to use two hands. So once you get it over center like it is, put one hand on the back shell and one hand on the lever and push together.
Here. Kilo Fox 9 and the ingress 8 is full down, Andy.
Copy all.
Yeah, the problem with that, Andy, is the BRT is not strong enough.
Copy that, Hopper. All right, Hopper, if you think you've exhausted your attempts on doing it this way, what you can do is you try to take an adjustable, put both hooks onto the bail, and then pull on the loop. And we'll take a glove inspection and have check from you, please.
Our half is dry. Those are in works. Needed. Quality J4. Voice.
Nice. Good job.
So we try P2 again.
Yep, let's try that same technique on P2. And copy nominal gloves, Ike.
Roger.
Victor Glover reports that his gloves look good and his HAP is dry, his helmet absorption pad.
Installed.
He is now preparing to work on the stiffener install for the thermal cover to keep it from blowing open on the airlock. Mike Hopkins has successfully connected another cable on the Bartolomeo platform and will continue to attempt doing the same with the second cable.
Okay, no joy on.
Yeah, we see that, Hopper. At this time, we suggest moving on to P3J3.
Okay.
And Ike, that looks really good. Good position, good orientation.
This view from Victor Glover's helmet camera as he is now holding the thermal cover stiffener. Once installed, this will help keep the thermal cover from blowing open outside the airlock.
Got a few extra caps and wire ties.
Sure.
Teams on the ground continue to work with the European Space Agency in Oberpfaffenhofen, Germany, troubleshooting the tasks at the Bartolomeo payload, where Mike Hopkins continues to work on connecting cables.
The extra safety is in place for 3.
Yeah, Hopper, extra safing is in place for P3J3.
Thank you.
During venting of the early ammonia system earlier, the first task of the day, there was some suspected ammonia flakes that may have come into contact with the astronauts' suits. However, exposure to the sun has completed a natural bakeout of any of those potential flakes from the previous venting.
And Ike, if you could give us an estimate of the turn count, both what you've done by hand and then also later what you do with the PGT, we'd appreciate it.
Did 2 turns on that first bolt, and I'm just getting to the second turn on the second one. And I kind of wanted to get 2 points done just for a little stability before I did anything else. So the,
we agree with that
turns
plan.
by hand on 2. Now I'm going to altitude clockwise 2. Both 6 and 1 turns so far by hand.
All bolts should be hand started before you start to drive.
We'll start all 6.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes, please. Work. I like that better. All right, P3, good 10s. 05. In the MI band. And working the fin straightener on A03.
Copy.
turns on bolt 2.
Copy.
While Victor Glover has moved on to another major task of the day, which is installing the thermal cover stiffener, Mike Hopkins continues work at the Bartolomeo Science platform. He is using the pin straightener tine expansion tool. He has used this tool and seen success with 2 of the plugs so far.
All right, Hopper, got 1-4 of these bolts so far, so the stiffener's going well. How you doing? Well, I've got 2 of 4. Nice. About to try P3 and P3. Did I get the right? All right, 2 turns, bolt 3.
Copy.
Okay, good stop dock. P3. P3. Register. J3 made it. Yeah, it's over center.
Yeah, we saw that. Excellent.
Using the same technique as on the 4th plug earlier, Mike Hopkins has successfully connected the 3rd plug to the Bartolomeo platform.
All right, Hopper, if you're game, we'd love for you to try the pin straightener again on J2, P2.
I am absolutely game.
Mike Hopkins continues to use the pin straightener tine expansion tool to expand some of those tines that were reported initially during EVA 69, US EVA 69, to be a little more closed end than nominal. Of course, power to the power distribution units have been turned off for these troubleshooting procedures. Meanwhile, Victor Glover continues to work on installing a stiffener on the airlock's thermal cover.
Yeah, 5. 1 for 3.
Copy.
Let's do this again and install another thermal cover stiffener. Tubes. They need to be wobbles. Yeah, that makes sense. Getting the thermal cover to line up with that, is that, Yep. Yeah. The first one I was able to obviously get over center. The rest of them I've had to do some tugging, and I'm on the last one. And all that tugging has caught up with me. Yeah. Take a break and try it again in a second, but it's my drift, Andy. 2.
Yeah, we copy that, Ike.
We're in a quick satellite handover, and we are watching Mike Hopkins attempt to connect a third jumper, or the second jumper by number, we should say, but he's connected 3 jumpers to the Bartolomeo platform so far. Victor Glover is near the Quest airlock, and he is installing the thermal cover stiffener. We are now 4 hours and almost 30 minutes into today's spacewalk.
Yep. And in my right eye. Okay. Any trouble seeing? No, I can see it. Just irritating. It's trying to keep it open. That's all right, fine. You watery. Taking a break. Blinking. Put some water in. You know how that's working. Okay. When I open my right eye, it's a little irritated. Completely irritated? Yeah. Okay. Andy, you copying?
Yeah, we copy. So, is that water irritating your eye, Ike, is that right?
Negative. Something, I don't know what. It hurts to keep it open. It's irritated if I keep it open. When I close it, I'm fine. Slightly irritated, and it's watering. Tears. It's creating tears. I'm blinking. It's working. But if I try to keep it open, my left eye is fine. For your information, I did not use anti-fog on my helmet. I didn't use any.
All right, we copy you did not use anti-fog, and we copy it's your irritation in the eye that's causing your eye to water. It wasn't water in your eye, but something else that's irritating it.
That's correct. Only chemical in this EMU is the paste on the electrodes. You doing, Hopper? Yeah, I can, what are you thinking? You want to... I'm good. I'm right at the airlock. I'm good. I'm still working on this last one. I'll keep you posted. I'm, okay. Letting you know. Yeah, it keeps getting better. Blinking is working. I'll let you know if it doesn't. Okay. No, Joy, you too, Jake, too.
Victor Glover reporting some irritation in his eye, but that it improves as he continues to blink. He is at the Quest airlock installing a thermal cover stiffener, and Mike Hopkins continues work on the Bartolomeo platform outside Columbus.
You got it right? No, same. All right. Sure? No, yep. Still fly Navy. Super.
Flight saying you're flying IFR.
Same marginal VFR.
Hopper, the only other thing we can suggest is that you use two adjustables so you get kind of a extra long loop, which might give you more leverage.
Roger.
Mike. Looks like you're continuing to work on the stiffener install.
I'm going to try. So this is the one where I actually need 3D vision and it's not helping. But I'm going to try putting the bolts into the thermal cover and then see if I can line them up that way. See if I can get the two to meet. Okay with that?
This is a view from Mike Hopkins' suit, his high-definition camera, providing a view of the plugs on which he is working on the Bartolomeo platform.
One hook to the strap on that adjustable, and then the other end around the handrail, so you're pulling up maybe, just to give you a different direction to pull in.
Yeah, we can try that. Let's try using an adjustable tube. Ah, yeah. Get them aligned. Yeah.
Victor Glover continues work outside the Quest airlock on the thermal cover. He's installing some stiffener tubes, hand-turning some bolts to get them started and secured. This stiffener will help keep the airlock thermal cover from blowing open.
Yep, go ahead.
The eating bag, there is a long pokey thing. I use that to go through the stiffener and into the tube if I can get them aligned.
Stand by.
Even the thing that Hopper has. Yeah, the broom and a rotation tool.
Ike, you are go to use that tool from the staging bag. You think that'll help?
Alright. Put that to work. Alright, still no joy, Andy. How much more you guys want to give this one? Give it one more?
Just a second, Hopper. All right, Hopper, let's try to do the plug extender eval, just so we get an idea of what might be wrong, and then after that, we'll probably just plug it.
Yeah, it goes to hard stop.
Copy to hard stop.
Yeah. Oh, EMI band looks good.
Yeah, we copy, Hopper. That's a good eval. We're ready to have you just cap them. So you'll want to grab the 25L cap. That's the one with the Kapton tape on it.
Okay, so you don't want to leave it connected with the wire tie like we did last time.
No, we prefer to have them capped.
Okay. All right. Uncle.
Hey, Hopper, we appreciate all that extra effort, but I think we're ready to move on. So you have a go to cap the two ends.
Roger that.
And Hopper, we'd appreciate you taking pictures of the connectors prior to capping them.
Yep. Get one right now. How far I was able to go.
Mike Hopkins was able to successfully connect 3 of the 4 plugs he was working with today. The European Space Agency and NASA teams have agreed that Hopkins will take pictures of the area and then cap the plug and the jumper.
Going, I got it. Use that tool? Yep.
This view of Victor Glover outside the Quest airlock as he continues installing a stiffener on the thermal cover.
Call that 3 turns on the one that's left.
Copy.
Clockwise 2 to torque, right?
And I will take a pull test on each hand-started bolt prior to driving with the PGT.
Full test, okay. Can I just do it right before I drive each one, or do I have to go around to all 6 and pull?
Just right before you drive each one. It's just to make sure they're not cross-threaded.
Okay. Okay, Andy, you said a 25L, right?
That's right. That's the one with the tape on it.
That mounted easy. Over center.
Copy.
And just a straight 25 on the plug. Andy, a good full test on bolt 5.
Copy. And then it's Alpha 2, clockwise 2.
Turns. Green light, 3.8 on the torque.
Copy.
A good full test on 4 as well. Turns. Green light, 3.6 on the torque.
Stand by, Ike. All right, you can continue. It's fewer turns than we were expecting, so we might have to come back. But your go to proceed.
Copy. Okay, Andy. You want an inventory while light continues?
Yeah, that'd be great.
It turns on 3. In light, 3.7 on the torque. All right, I'll just stop talking when hike starts. Okay, so I got an integral with a trash bag. Inside that trash bag is one, let's see, I need more wire ties. You want me to take these other 2 long wire ties off of 943?